Happy Thursday, everybody. Many of my clients, for various reasons, really struggle with knowing who they are. It may be because they struggled with people pleasing, so their brains were always going towards, what do other people think about me, or what do they like? And so they hardly ever ask themselves the question, what do I like? What do I think about this thing? And other reasons people kind of lost or lose their sense of self is addiction, eating disorders. As they organize their life around their substance or the problem that they have, they lose sight of who they are and what they value, what they believe. And part of healing means finding who they are again. And so 2 questions that I often ask clients just to kind of trigger their brains into thinking more about who they are is, number 1, what makes you angry? That may seem like a kind of silly one, but especially even in my own life, when I think about the times where I got really, really angry or really reactive to something, it's usually because that thing was something I really valued or it was violating one of my values. And it teaches us something about ourselves, like what makes me angry. For instance, for me, sometimes I get really angry when people bring up issues about women not being equal. That's something that usually triggers a reaction in me or anger in me. And so something I know I value is that humans get treated equally, whether they're female or alien or whatever. Actually, not alien, but you know what I mean. But I'm a big believer in treating people with respect and dignity. And so, yeah, that's something I value. And I know that about myself because of my anger and sometimes embarrassing reactions to things when I do get angry. Now, the second question I like to ask people is, who are people that you admire? Who are people in your life that you feel have really added value to the world and made the world a better place? And usually when they think about those people, I also ask a follow-up question of, what is it that you admire about them? And when you ask this question, people start to think about the things that they really truly value or that they think makes the world a better place. And it's often the characters and traits that they want to acquire within their own life, which arguably is, even if you're not quite living in alignment with that part of yourself or that value you have, that's where you're wanting to go. I think that's where a true healthy self is wanting to go. If we take away the muck of trauma or the muck of different experiences and fears that we have, that's probably who we would be, or we would definitely be more in alignment with those values. So anyway, if you are struggling with your sense of self, I'd really challenge you to ask yourself those 2 questions and just get curious more about, what is it that I like? When you're in an interview, ask yourself, what do I think about this place, and how would I interview my interviewer? Again, not to take on a stance of ego, but just to really get curious about the things you value and what matters to you. Because again, I think a lot of people get stuck in people-pleasing mode, or I organize my life around this part of my life mode, that they forget who they are. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk with you later.